Excellent. We are live. We are live today on our episode 12. Actually, days are really moving and this is just getting interesting by the day. I'm right here on episode 12 of the Candid Money Talk. And thank you for all the good comments and compliments that I've been receiving from people who are benefiting from this session. And I challenge you to share it with the many people in your networks who are really in need of this kind of information to help them to transform their own money dynamics. I'm your host, Edith Sidondo. I'm a certified money coach and the founder and CEO of Profit Acumen, a money coaching firm. So today's topic is a follow-up to our yesterday's topic. For those of you who tuned in yesterday, we had a very interesting session on this platform. And by the way, we are live on quite a number of platforms. One second. We are live on quite a number of social media channels. We are live on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So you can access us, you can access this replay of this and watch it later, maybe at this hour, you're in between your lunch or you're working. So you can always get to go to the previous episodes before we pull them down and get to learn what we've covered in this space for the last 11 episodes. Yesterday's session, I was just about to mention, was on matters money. Should you follow your head or should you follow your heart? And in connection with that topic yesterday, on following your heart, it informed our topic for today. Who do you spend for? Have you ever just taken a step back to ask yourself, who am I buying this for? And of course, we have a way to always justify, oh, I like it, you know, the other one is this or the other, or it's better in this way, it has these features, maybe it's a phone, it has these features, or it's a car, it has the other. Yes, it has those features and they're good. And maybe they are, the functionality is excellent for you, but is it for you? Do you spend what you don't have for things you don't need to impress people who don't care? Yes? It's a reality in our society today. Living for others, which means you live to please others. And I must tell you, it's something I lived with in my head for a very long time. We were brought up country in a small town. And when I came to the city, we lived in this city, in Nairobi city, long time. I was born here, but because my parents were civil servants, they kept getting transferred from one town to another. And where we lived the longest was in a small town. And that is where I identified myself with. And when I came to the city for my studies, my university studies, I had this inferiority complex that I carried with me. And it led me to always want to please others at the expense of my own pocket. So I would save to buy this outfit, to wait for that compliment for others. Yeah, living for external validation. You appear and you always want to hear, what will someone say? Yeah, are they going to compliment me, or am I going to be approved of? Is the handbag I'm carrying? And this, especially so for women, because I'm a woman, and it's something I've been through. And I know how much it can cost it can cost you. Yeah. Every day waking up to please others at the expense of even sometimes money that you don't have, money that you have to borrow. Yeah. And it can go to an extent, like of late, we've had so many people who are not well. Many people have left us, and we've had to stand with their families, with the loved ones. And you find you can only give what you have. But sometimes there is an intention there that is not correct, where you want to appear the one who has contributed the most, not because you have, even if for you it means going to borrow. But my name has to appear amongst the people who have given the most. So spending what you don't have, even in circumstances as those. Why? Because you don't live for yourself. You live for others. So living for others means wanting to do things to impress others who sometimes don't even notice. You've struggled, you've gone, you've bought, you've negotiated, you've been in this shop after another to look for an outfit, which in my head, I think these people will approve of. In your head, that time, these people are showing up, the people who you want to approve of how you look. When you arrive there, they don't even notice. They don't even notice. What a wasted effort. So, to get approval from others, so you are not really being your authentic self. And how disappointed you feel after all that effort. And maybe they'll just say, oh, that's nice, and pass like a small insect has just passed. They don't even notice and give you the acknowledgement of the effort that you put. Yeah. So you're not your authentic self, and you're not doing what you want. You're not happy. You're not living in a state of happiness. You're doing things because you care about how you appear for others. So let me clarify something. There's nothing wrong living for others in the right sense, which means you give of yourself for others. You improve of yourself so that you can be a better version of what you give for others. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's not what we are talking about here. Here we are talking about this mind where you are more or less looking for external validation, looking for external approval. It means there's something on your inside that there is a void. There's something in there that needs to be dealt with. And apparently, that is what the money coaching core process deals with, to really find that inner void that sometimes makes us live this way. I got my healing through that process. So, and again, there's nothing wrong seeking the opinion of others. Or is this dress appropriate? That is in the right sense. That is not living for others. You need a confirmation that what in your eyes looks right is actually right. And of course, you choose the people to ask or to consult to see that you don't appear in the wrong way in the right place. Yeah. So seeking someone's opinion is not what we are talking about here. What we are talking about here is literally removing your hard-earned money every single time to go and do things that don't make you happy, to please people who don't care. So we need to understand that our life, your life, my life is in your hands. And if you give away that power to anyone else, You are taking away something that is very essential to self. Yeah? And coupled with that, you're taking away with money, because this thing costs. And I can tell you it costs. Like I mentioned, before I used to dress for others. I would go shopping, and really in my head, it's not about what Edith likes. It's about who will see and how will they like it? Will I look the part? Will I be approved of? Yeah. And depending on their comment or whoever it is I'm dressing for, depending on how they react, it may mean I'll never wear that dress again, and that means another expenditure on me. So let's wake up. That external validation, I've been there, I've done that, and I know how much it costs. And sometimes it calls for you to question the people who surround you, the people we maybe call friends, who surround you. And the reality is, depending on who they are and their values, they can have a big impact on your financial life. Yeah. So you have to choose your friendships wisely. If you are with people who are ambitious, ordinarily you'll begin questioning yourself and want to equally be ambitious, because they'll be talking about projects, they'll be talking about family developments, they'll be talking about positive things, and you'll find yourself aligned in that direction. But if you are in this bubble of appearance, how I look, and that is all that drives the agenda. What is new? Like we always ask, oh, what is trending? What is new? And you quickly jump onto what, according to this mind who you call a friend, has said is trending, not paying attention on the implications on your finances. And I want to remind us, all of us today, that personal finances is a personal affair. It is a personal affair. When you are looking at your finances, and many of us are reminded that it's a personal affair when the money is not there. When it's there, it's a community agenda. Anyone who calls, who seem to have this money goes, it becomes a community agenda. We are reminded that personal finances is personal when the money is not there, when you have the last coin, or when you don't have it. That is when you realize, when you are hungry, you have no food to eat, that is your business. It is you to look for money to put food on the table. When your electricity is cut, it is your business. When you have workers to pay who have not been paid, your house help, your gardener, all these people, it is your business. When the bank is calling you, they will not call your neighbor or your best friend for that matter, because you are together on this and this party. No, they will call you. So personal finances is personal. And the real enemy to your money goals is spending. It is spending. That is where we all get it right or get it wrong. And the only money that is yours, maybe let me go back and remind us about 3 key money principles. Yeah, 3 key money principles. Number 1, if you cannot make it, you will have nothing to keep or to grow. So money is to be made. Money is something you make. And here is excluding those people who maybe inherited all these big coffers, maybe through their family, it's generational wealth. and maybe people who have donations and all this. Here we are talking about the ordinary man and woman in the street. Money is something you need to make. So when you sit back and sit in this wishful thinking of how much you will own and see yourself in this island and how you will travel and I will do, and your actions right now are not responding to that I will do, money needs to be made. It means you need to wake up, you need to roll your sleeves and ask yourself, what value am I adding to command of the money that I desire? Yeah, because the world pays you for the value you're adding. Either you're adding that value through providing a good or a service. But what value are you adding? The moment you own in your head, in your mind, you've owned all these good looking things, you need to reverse back and ask yourself, what value am I adding to be able to be there? It just doesn't come. And I'm speaking to this generation. Sometimes we are so deceived as to where money comes from. We live in wishful thinking, in false abundance. Yeah? This abundance of I already own in my head, but I do nothing to get there. So that is the first principle. Then the second one, if you do not save, you are simply a courier of money to others. Courier services. Yeah? You know the services that G4S, companies like G4S offer, yeah? Moving things from one place to another. So that is simply what you're doing if you're not saving. So you go, you earn your money through employment or business, then you courier it. Yeah? You courier it by your money habits, your spending. You remember we said the real enemy is in spending. So you get your earnings, and I can tell you, I suffered this equally. I could earn my money and my head just started rolling on what is to be bought. What is that hasn't been done? Yeah, I start asking myself such kind of questions, not paying attention to, if I don't save it, then I'm just a courier. Yeah. So aside from my job, I also had money couriering services that I was offering unknowingly. So you start from the supermarket. And you know, in these places, they know the psychology of man. They have studied it. So they know where to strategically put what. Yeah. And they have even arranged and said, you enter through here. So don't enter through somewhere else. And that place where you enter from, things are arranged in a way that you cannot resist. So you go picking, you go couriering your money, you leave it there in the supermarket. Again, you move from there, you go to the next place. Oh, I need to treat myself to a new shoe. Again, you go couriering your money. Again, you live there. Oh no, when did I last have a fast food? Again, you go, you enter Java, you enter Art Cafe, you enter all these places, you leave your money there. Courier services. So pay attention. If you don't save it, you are simply a courier of money to others. The third principle, if you do not invest what you have saved, you are simply postponing expenditure. And you know, as we save, we need to have a structured way of saving. Yeah? Where you're just not putting money in an account with no agenda. There has to be some goals behind it. But one of the key goals is to invest it. Because if you don't invest it, first of all, it's being attacked by inflation. The temptation to take it is so high. You are always battling with it. You get reasons to dip into it. And I'll be writing an article about this very soon in the Standard newspaper. Look out for it. Yeah. So you dip into it. If you don't invest it, what you have saved, it's simply postponing a waiting need. So ask yourself, who do you spend your money for? Do you spend for you? Does it make you happy? And a good way to the women on this channel, I always say, a good way to assess, go and look at your wardrobe and see. When you go down memory lane on how you acquired these things that are in your wardrobe, most of them you bought them as a matter of urgency. It even meant borrowing. And they are not being worn. They are gathering dust. They are just there. Who did you buy them for? Who are you spending for? I leave you with that today. And I even later thought, maybe instead of even asking you, who are you spending for? I should be asking us, who are you working for? Because this money did not just come. Like we've said, money comes from effort. You need to do something, you need to give value. After giving that value, who are you working for? You go couriering that money. So let's pay attention. Money is a core survival issue. It is something that you realize its place when you don't have it. So we can't afford to just be wishy-washy about it. We have to be very clear and intentional on how we behave around this very useful subject. So I'll leave you with that today. And be sure to grab your copy of the ebook. The ebook, you'll find a link on this video, either above or below, depending on the social media channel. Grab your copy of your ebook and begin your journey to your money transformation. It's a simple start guide to help you elevate your financial well-being. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Stay well, and always nice to be with you on this channel. Bye for now.